Hello everyone, welcome to my little review slash walkthrough of the Nokia 6230i, my own Nokia 6230i, at least until tomorrow when my Nokia 6120 Classic hopefully comes, and I'll give this one to my little sister. It's a very dependable phone, and I just wanted to say how good it is, and I'll demonstrate it to you in a moment. It's definitely a worthy phone for someone to have if they want a simple phone that just has in general all the features the standard user may want. If you have a look at the phone on the outside before we turn it on, the keypad, I have to note, is excellent. You can text and dial roughly by feel. Well, not roughly, in fact accurately, just because of the tactile responses of the keys. The screen is rather large and clear. It takes up slightly more than a third of the front of the phone. On the right hand side we have, I think that's an infrared port because I know this phone has infrared, and the loudspeaker. On the back we have the 1.3 megapixel camera and the cover, which I will take off for a moment. As you can see, we have the battery, and underneath the battery we have the SIM card and also the full-size MMC card. Well, mine's an MMC mobile card with an adapter to make it full-size MMC. I think this phone can take up to 2 GB cards. As you can see, I've got a 1 GB card, so that's plenty of storage. I'll just slip the cover on quickly. On the left-hand side, we have the volume rocker switch and what appears to be another infrared transmitter receiver thingy. I never use infrared. On the bottom we have a pot port and the charger port as well, so you can plug in a headset, data cable, etc. into the pot port. So I'll just turn this thing on. It's Series 40, so it starts up and operates quite quickly. Obviously I'll enter my PIN code so you cannot see it. Right, the home screen. As you can see, you can have an animated wallpaper. Kind of dolled it up a bit because, you know, I'm giving it to my sister and everything. In the top right, you can see the time. You can see it's quite late, obviously 25 to 12. Full battery, half signal right now where I am. Bluetooth icon in the top left, 2 soft keys, go to menu on the left, central menu on the central select key, which is quite conveniently located in between the 4-way navigational buttons, obviously, and the music player, which I've assigned to the right soft key. In the music player, I should note, the music player plays MP3 files and AAC files. Unfortunately, I've noticed that the AAC playback is rather buggy. For example, if I get a message or receive a phone call, occasionally if I played AAC files, well, this is the majority of the time actually, the track would skip maybe 30 seconds on, or sometimes even skip to the next track. The buffer would overload or something like that. Anyway, this is an MP3 file I've put onto the phone right now. Normally, if I loaded up my memory card with 300 songs, for example, the phone could take up to 90 seconds to scan them all every time you first start the phone. I should warn you of that.
Song for the broken hearted.
No matter how much we all like Bon Jovi, I'm afraid I must cut that bit off. He's quite a full-featured music player actually, apart from the ability to seek through tracks, which is not present. Through the track list you can see in the summary of the tracks, you can play through a mono Bluetooth headset. I don't think this phone supports stereo Bluetooth headset. Random and shuffle options in there, a media equalizer, so basically you can customize your own 5-bar equalizer presets, which is a feature not even present on my iPod. Whether that's an oversight on Apple or Nokia simply making the phone as full featured as possible, it's up to you. Anyway, as you can see, my go-to menu includes shortcuts to the items that may be buried deep down in some menus, so I can access them easily, especially the alarm clock, so I could quickly set it at night. Sorry. Set my Bluetooth settings, listen to the radio when I've got my headset plugged in, etc. Go into games, which is also on the main menu, where I'll get straight into a game for you so you can see what that's like. There are 3D games on this phone. There's the Walkthough phone, the Walkthough game, the street race game, and of course the backgammon game too. So I'll quickly demonstrate the graphical prowess of this phone. I mean, the Xbox 360 has nothing on this. In fact, I'm a Wii fan personally, but you can see we got some nice 3D scenery going, you know, 2D sprite cars, you know. It's quite fun to play. And the thing I like about Nokia's is they don't preload demo versions on, they're like nagging you, buy the full version, you know. Anyway, I'll quit out of that. And we'll take it onto the main menu. As you can see, we've got 3D icons on the main menu. It's possible to change the main menu view to a grid view. If you go on the grid view, the default option is the gallery, whereas if you go on the list view, the default option is the messages. The message editor, I have to say, is very fast and responsive. The whole phone is very fast and responsive and doesn't lag behind me much. Even despite the fact you can preload themes, you can edit themes with Nokia Theme Editor, the whole PC suite as well. You can't update the firmware yourself with the software updater, unfortunately, but I think my firmware is the second newest version anyway. Contacts list, nothing much to report. You can group your contacts by groups to perform actions on entire groups. Call register includes a message counter and a data counter, so you can see what your message usage is like. Settings, what is there to say? See settings. Gallery, where obviously you can go in, it can sort your music, your photos, your sounds, recordings, etc. Media, central location where you can access camera, media player, music player, radio, voice recorder, the equalizer. Push to talk, don't think it's supported on my network, don't think it's supported on any UK networks in fact, but it's there if you can support it. Organizer, with your calendar and everything. Applications, you can preload your own applications, Java midlets only, using the Nokia PC suite. Browse the web on GPRS. At least WAP sites usually, but as you can see it's all colour and nice. And then of course on the home screen I've customised my 4-way keypad, so the up key goes onto the camera. So as you can see, I can take over 3,000 pictures on my relatively clean 1 GB memory card right now. These are 1.3 megapixel pictures, or 1280 by 1024 resolution for those of you who prefer to work that way. The video recorder captures at something like 176 by 144, so not incredibly featured. As you can see, I can record over about 60 minutes in a clip. Works as you'd expect it to, you know. The right key goes to my calendar. I believe it includes a lunar calendar for the Asian customers. So I can see where, well, if I had any reminders set, where that would go. Down key goes to my contacts list, up key goes to the camera, which I already did, sorry, left key to the message editor. So overall it's a fairly well featured and customizable phone, and it's got most of the features people would want. Even though it's not the most up to date, it's served me very well through the years, and I'm pleased to say Nokia, well done on this phone, and I look forward to my next one coming tomorrow. So I hope you've enjoyed this little walkthrough. Thanks for your time, see you later.